for the song.
This is a different artist. Yeah, somebody knows.
Tell you what I found. These numbers keep calling your phone. You don't have them saved there alone. Swear that you're living a lie, and I just keep questioning why. Why would you keep that from me? It's not like I'm just invited. This ain't a thing but a heartbreak. This ain't a thing but a heartbreak song. Heartbreak. That's the goal that you're trying to see. Cause you keep picking all these fights with me. So I'll tell you what I'm about to do. I'm not wasting no more time on you. What makes you think I'ma stay around? If you call me, I'ma put it down. These numbers keep calling your phone. You don't have them saved there alone. I swear that you're living a lie. And my only request is for me. Yeah, it's not like I'm just anybody. This ain't a thing but a heartbreak. Heartbreak. This ain't a thing but a heartbreak song. Heartbreak. Heartbreak. This ain't a thing but a heartbreak song. You can leave now. You can leave now. You can leave now. You can leave now.
Okay. Thank you all for tuning in to this last session. Oh, let me pause it. Sorry. Thank you all for showing up today. Thank you all for showing up for yourselves and engaging in another end of day or another self-care activity. I wanted to give a special shout out to Meredith Worthley on the screen, who will be doing our ASL interpretation for us. Thank you, thank you, thank you, and thank you for the folks who helped connect us with Meredith. In the chat, you will find the link to access the closed captioning, and so you can use that as well in order to make this more accessible for you. And I will now turn it over to Franklin, who will end us out with some care.
Hey, y'all. So thank y'all so much for participating in this. This means that you are dedicated to the work, because you would not be taking care of yourself if you are not invested into yourself. So congratulations, you care about yourself. Real quick on some housekeeping, get something to write on, type on, anything you prefer. So you guys can take a couple of seconds to do that while I'll explain and just reflect on some things too. I was really motivated by all the speakers, given so many tools, given so much language that I just didn't know, perspectives. It really helped me feel empowered to go out into the world and really understand what's available. Oh, on a personal note, I'm going to shout out your self-care provider for tomorrow. Her name is Ashley Cornelius. She is a wonderful mental health therapist. She is also a wonderful writer, community organizer, and check them out. She makes earrings. Yep, that's a sloth. Take it in. I know, absorb. It's wonderful. So I'm literally wearing sloth earrings. She also does custom work. Her page is Big Bang Jewelry. So if you want to go to Big Bang Jewelry and support her in that endeavor, that'd be great, because tomorrow she's going to support you mentally. So reciprocation. Hopefully everyone has had a little bit of time to go ahead and procure anything. Also my tongue. Sometimes you pronounce things and it sounds weird. This is going to be a mantra exercise. So mantras are a really good self-care tool because they're just words. You can create them for anything, and it really marks a moment, and you can revisit a moment, you can shift a moment, and you can really work on a particular moment with the mantra. So I'm using mine today and as a backbone throughout our writing. The tips for writing that I have for you, number one, try to move from a place of liberty and creativity. Don't judge right now. Judging is an editing process, and that means that the creativity process is done. So don't jump steps. And then number two is don't tell me things, show me things. For example, if I'm writing a story of going to the store and I want to open the door, I could just easily write, Franklin extended his hand, gripped the handle, and pulled the door open. Gets the point across. It's just not fun or entertaining. So instead, what we can do is Franklin reached out. His shadow looked like a giant dragon reaching for the door. He pretended to be that 6-year-old again, breaking down the entire entrance of the castle. Once he was inside, he continued to look for hot Cheetos. Still tells the same story, but at least in that instance, it's a little bit more entertaining. You understand who I am as a person. So go ahead and put memory. Go ahead and put emotion. Was the door sad? Were you sad about opening the door? Those are the kind of questions a creative asks themselves. It's that relationship. And I think in this work of equity, thinking about relationships in an alternative way is a good practice, because it does get heavy in the brain to think about these relationships institutionally and interpersonally. So let's take a break and do it just creatively. So let's go ahead and get started. The first part of the mantra that we're going to deal with deals with the phrase, I am safe. So to make it specific to us, what is something you picked up today that makes you feel safer, something that makes you more positive about safety in general? And you're just gonna write whatever it is. So for me, for example, the thing I feel safer with is education, right? So write down, I feel safer with education, whatever you feel safer with. So, and if it's nothing, I mean, it's nothing. Just to be real. What do you feel safer with? Give you a couple more seconds. Let it be the first thing to pop into your brain. Your brain usually knows what it wants to say. Oh, that's what it is. So the next one, what do you feel worthy with? What do you feel worthy with? Think about today. What about today made you feel, oh my God, I'm worthy, right? I feel worthy with what? Maybe with purpose, maybe with clarity. Maybe you got some clarity from this symposium. You feel worthy with the clarity of it. If you're coming up with some weirdly phrased stuff, you're probably doing it correctly because it's poetry. It's an art form. Trying to remember them. Oh, that's the one. What do you feel protected by? What did you just learn? What did you just pick up? Was it community? Maybe you have a new resource that you can reach out to that's gonna back you up in your institutions. What I feel protected by what? The next one is going to be, hang on for a second. You know when you're trying to run through all of the ideas and you're like, wait, what was my structure? You got to remember the structure. Oh, what are you mastering? What are you mastering? I am mastering, whatever it is, that's your phrase. I am mastering this one's deep. And the last one, what are you the ruler of? What are you the ruler of? I am the ruler of what? I am the ruler of what? Go ahead and finish that last one up. If you need to go back, it's okay. We should at least have 6. I feel safer. I'll read you mine. With education. I feel worthy with my skill. I feel protected by solidarity. I'm mastering my navigation. I am the ruler of this purpose, right? So those are my 6. Mind you, everyone's is going to have a completely different one. That's what self-care is about. Here's the artistry about this. These are all mantras on their own. Whenever you feel not safe, recite your safety mantra. Whenever you feel out of control, recite your ruler's mantra. Whenever you feel like you're just lost and without purpose, recite your mastery mantra, right? Here's the poetry. These, all 6, have to now be woven into a poem. Now, mind you, all of these are pretty just tell, right? I literally tell you, I feel safer with education. Dope. That was that door. We just pulled the door open. There was no dragons. There was no nothing. There was no mention of Cheetos. Where's the personality? Where is the character? So this is what you're going to do. You're going to take these 6 lines and you're just going to expand upon them a little bit with the character. Let's practice with one real quick. We're going to go with I feel safer with. Mine was education. So I feel safer with education. Take that, write it real quick. Or sorry, write yours, not mine. Safer with, and then whatever you feel safer with. Now, we've written our line, mine, I feel safer with. Let's go ahead and paint a little, just a little bit of an image, right? I feel safer with education. Books became my shield against the world. Done. I'm a poet. I've been doing this for a while. I feel super comfortable with this. If you're stuck, go with what your brain says first. It doesn't have to be complicated. It just has to be real. And this is for you. So let's go ahead and practice that one real quick. You have a couple seconds. Just paint me a little picture. I feel safer with, and then paint that picture. How do you feel safer with it? Cool, friends. What we're going to continue to do, as fluidly as you can, don't stress too much about it. Let whatever pours out of your heart pour out. Continue this process for the remaining 5, and you will have a marvelous poem. Well, I'm going to try to give us, it's going to constrain us 5 minutes, but this is just some creative structure to get your mind working. Don't concern yourself about deadlines and tasks and doing that whole like perfectionism thing. Like Ozzy said, we're not doing that. It's just some structure, 5 minutes. Cool. So you got 5 minutes, finish out the other 5. If you finish early, just type in the chat, done. Hey, Ozzy, is it possible to play that song again?
I definitely can, yeah.
Oh, at the end of the song is when we'll be done.
Awesome.
I do want the song because the vibe is good. If you've already started, go ahead. I just personally am waiting for the song.
Give me a second.
For those who needed it, don't worry. I will type the last or the prompts in the chat.
Cause lately when I look at you, you don't look the same. And I know that I'm not tripping cause we're 4 years in the game. I've been going back and forth about this, feel the time is now. I'ma put it on the table and I'll tell you what I found. These numbers keep calling your phone, you don't have them saved, there or no. Swear that you're living a lie, and I just keep questioning why. Why would you keep that from me? It's not like I'm just anybody. This ain't a thing but a heartbreak. Heartbreak. This ain't a thing but a heartbreak song. Heartbreak. Heartbreak. This ain't a thing but a heartbreak song. And that's the girl that you're trying to see. Cause you keep picking all these fights with me. So I'll tell you what I'm about to do. I'm not wasting no more time on you. What makes you think I'ma stay around? If you call me, I'ma put it down. These numbers keep calling your phone, you don't have them saved, they're unknown. I swear that you're living a lie, and my only real question is why would you keep that from me? Yeah, it's not like I'm just anybody. This ain't a thing but a heartbreak. Heartbreak. This ain't a thing but a heartbreak song. Heartbreak. Heartbreak. This ain't a thing but a heartbreak song. You can leave now. 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 You can leave can leave now, baby. You can leave now. Oh, you can leave now, baby. You can leave now. You can heartbreak. You can say nothing but you can heartbreak. You can heartbreak. You can heartbreak. You can say nothing but you can say nothing but yeah. This ain't nothing. This ain't nothing but a heartbreak. Oh, no.
Yes, I love that song so much. So my bad, I typed it up and it's only 5, so you should only have 5. I'll wait for our ASL. Oh, there we go. Okay, I'm in gallery view now. Cool. So the exercise is done. If you would like to share these poems, my Instagram is perfectly available for tagging. Please, please, please tag me in these poems. I love seeing the results of people's mantras. Potentially you guys can share them between each other. I don't think there was a platform set up for this, but we can easily just, you know, tag the, or use the hashtags for the symposium and just on Facebook flood tonight with all of these mantra poems just to see what everyone walked away with. I won't ask anyone to share if I'm not willing to share. So to leave you with tonight, I'll share my mantra poem. I feel safer with education. Books became my shield against the world. I feel worthy with my skill, how it laughs in my grandmother's voice. I feel protected by solidarity, backs guarding a future and past. I am mastering my navigation, of a sea lost in translation. I am ruler of this purpose in its universal language of liberation. So hopefully you guys enjoy. Thank you so much. And I hope that this was something that helped you out.
Franklin, in the chat, someone has asked you if you could can you type the reasons for using each statement? For instance, when you feel out of control, recite your ruler mantra.
Yeah, so no lie, this is based from the Ayurvedic system of chakras. There are 7 mantras for each chakra. It's I am safe, I am worthy, I am free, I am powerfully protected. This is the one that I forget right now. It's like I speak power into my truth. I am master of my body, and I'm ruler of my mind. So I did take a couple of them, being the root chakra, I am safe, being the, what is that, sacral chakra, I am worthy, being the heart, I am protected, being the third eye, I am master, and being the crown, I'm ruler. So, you know, just a lot to uplift. And that was only just because I could remember the other 2 in the moment. But, you know, it's not about the chakras, it's about the mantras. And it's about solidifying and anchoring down the information. The mantras is just a format. What's really important is the connections you made. What's really important is the tools you created for yourself. And mantras just so happens to be the structure that I chose. Yes,
Awesome.
please, please, please tag them. I always want to see them.
Thank you, and I'm so glad you ended with creativity, because we've been talking a lot about these new worlds, right? Which requires world building, which is, I don't know, that's sci-fi if I ever saw it, right? It is an extreme act of creativity to even try and imagine a world that doesn't exist while living in the current one. And so we have to be able to practice our creative muscles to stretch that imagination within ourselves so that we can keep dreaming when things don't look as clear as we imagine them to be. So thank you for wrapping that up nicely. And thank you to everyone again who has stayed with us throughout the day. Thank you for showing up for yourself and the self-care activity. And as Franklin said, tomorrow we will be with Ashley Cornelius, and we'll be starting with some more care. Take care, get some rest, get a journal and write, reflect on how today was for you, what came up for you, and think about what you want to be centered in tomorrow. Have a good evening, everyone. Thank you, Meredith, for wonderfully signing for us and doing it on such short notice. Meredith will be back tomorrow for some of the sessions and on Friday. So we are very, very grateful for you.